I just bought it. Had to get myself situated before I started, but uh-oh. Great. Of course that would act up. Ooh. As I'm trying to get this all situated. What's going on? What's going on, my travel buddies? I am back and actually on my way home from Longwood. Yeah, I'm on my way home now, y'all. I'm glad I was able to take y'all with me and let y'all see Longwood while I was out there, because literally, y'all, that was my first time ever going to Longwood Gardens. I was in Longwood. I had always heard about it, seen about it, seen it on TV, watched the commercials for it on TV, but I had never been myself, and I had always wanted to go as a kid. And I was telling my friend Mike, who I went with today, I was like, yeah, I used to see the commercials come on TV, and he used to be like, oh, Grandma, I want to go. And she would always say, oh, I'll take you. I'm going to take y'all one day. I'm going to take y'all. And if you've ever heard of Longwood Gardens, or if you're familiar with it, like during the winter, they had like winter displays and little activities that you can do in the wintertime as well. So they really put on during the winter time to make you want to come out and, get downstairs. Well, she used to tell us faithfully, oh, I'm going to take y'all one day. We're going to all get together and we're going to go on over there and we're going to go and see. Child, I ain't never been to nobody's Longwood Gardens. I'm 40 years old and it's my first time going. First time going, y'all. But it was great. It was beautiful. If you have never been to Longwood Gardens, definitely go. It was $35 per person for adults. It was about $31 or $32 for, what was it, 60 years old and older. So for any seniors, it was about $31 to $32, which in my opinion, I feel like it could be a little cheaper than that. And mind you, that was a Sunday price, so that wasn't even like a Saturday or a weekday price when it's a little more expensive. During the week, it's a little more expensive, whereas on the weekends, it wasn't as expensive. But just imagine, like, you're paying as a regular person, adult, under the age of 60, you're paying $35, but then the seniors, they paying $31, $32. That's not much of a difference. Lady, if you do not know how to drive this truck, you need to get from behind the wheel. That doesn't go towards all women. Don't be trying to take that as me being misogynist towards women. She just didn't know what she was doing. But it was beautiful. Longwood Gardens is such a beautiful space. And I'm sure a lot of the things that are there now are like new additions from when I remember Longwood Gardens as a kid because Longwood as a garden, it was just like the general gardens, the water fountain area, and stuff like that. But now they have a beer garden. They have an edible garden where they grow tons of food. They got like 2 to 3 greenhouses. I mean, it was beautiful. There's tons of places to go, and you can literally spend a good amount of time on one section. It's like three large main areas throughout the property of Longwood. The greenhouses are on one side where the edible garden and stuff is. The fountains are pretty much like the center of the garden, and then you can branch out to other areas and do different things. So it's tons to do. Um, it's definitely a lot of walking. They do have benches and seats around the property so that if you need to, you can take a break throughout the property. So don't be concerned about, oh, I got to do all that walking. No, they do have spaces for you to sit down throughout the property as you're walking through. So be mindful of that. And if I'm not mistaken, they had like little, um, I could be wrong. So you know what? I'm not even going to say that and be giving y'all the wrong information. Amelia, what's up, Amelia? Um, FD said, Dread Bell. What's up, Dread Bell? What's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all coming through the live. I hope y'all were able to see me at Longwood Gardens earlier, but if not, I'm gonna post a live once it finishes downloading. But what's going on, y'all? But yeah, it was what's up, Sammy Spider? But it was a great experience. All in all, we spent maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours out there. It was real inspiring. It definitely gave a lot of ideas of how I want to lay out my house, because I'm in the process of like painting my house, potting all my plants, trying to get planters to put around the house as well. So being at Longwood, being at Longwood Gardens, 100. Being at Longwood, it opened up my mind to a lot of different ideas and some inspiration for what I do for my clients in terms of landscaping their home gardens, my home garden. My sister recently bought a house this year, and she has a nice backyard, so it gave me ideas for her backyard as well. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Longwood Gardens. I went to Longwood Gardens. That's where I'm leaving from now, and I did a live earlier while I was at Longwood Gardens, so I'm kind of giving y'all a description of what it looked like. What I say, it wasn't disappointing to me. Will the kids enjoy it? Yes, the kids will enjoy it. Some people might not think that they would, but I got a feeling the kids would enjoy it, because the kids that were there while I was there, they enjoyed it. It's tons of space for them to run around, walk around. They have multiple fountain shows throughout the day. Today, they were having like a live jazz band come out in the beer garden. So they have different things that are going on throughout the day that you can go and like entertain yourself and the family, and especially the kids. So don't be concerned about whether or not the kids will like it. The kids are going to enjoy the space, but encourage everybody to at least go visit gardens once in their lifetime, because it was a real serene place, real calm. I feel like I run into everybody. You're gonna see some species of flowers, plants, and trees that you've never seen before, never even heard of. Wouldn't even imagine that things can grow the way that they did. I mean, some of the hanging ferns, oh, I can't wait till my video finishes uploading. It was so beautiful. I'm like, how do you even get plants to grow like that? Excuse me, y'all. Hold on one sec. I'm like, how do y'all even get, excuse me, sorry about that, y'all. I'm getting over the flu. But they literally had ferns hanging from the ceiling, and you can walk under them. I appreciate that, Sammy Spider. Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate you. but they had the ferns hanging from the ceiling, and you can walk under them. And when you walk under, all you saw was like the entire root system. Like the root system was hanging, just it was just suspended in air, and it had some type of like maybe it was like a peat moss or soil that they compacted in with the roots. But for the most part, the roots were just literally growing from out of the peat moss. They started hanging down, and they had like an irrigation system from the top of the ceiling that would water the plants down into them, and then the roots would just really drop the water down into a drain that they had under it, and they just recycle the water. It was so cool. It was so cool. I couldn't believe it, but yeah, I enjoyed it. And not only did I do live videos, but I took videos on my GoPro camera as well. And once I download that and I edit the content, and yeah, once I edit that content, I'll upload that so y'all can see that as well. But yo, Longwood Gardens was a very inspiring place to go to. I enjoyed every bit of it. I was thoroughly surprised at how beautiful that space was. The plants, the flowers, the trees, the water lilies. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And this is this little black boy coming from the city. And as a matter of fact, one of the things I want to say to y'all that I was saying to my friend Mike when I was there is that, you know, a lot of us inner city youth, you know, us black and brown, we don't get to experience stuff like that. And like I was telling y'all in this, my grandma had been telling me she was going to take me for years, and I'm sure she just probably couldn't afford it at the time. You know what I mean? I'm sure she couldn't. So I'm not faulting her for that. But my point is that a lot of us don't get to experience things like this. We don't get to see stuff like this in the city. And some people, most of us in the city, don't even know what a Longwood Gardens is or have even heard of it. And I was just sitting there in the space as we were taking a break and just sitting amongst the trees, and the breeze was going. And I was just like, you know, when we're in school, they push this whole narrative of, oh, you know, when you grow up to be successful, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a police officer, you want to be a fireman, you want to be all of these, you know, jobs, which are good jobs, don't get me wrong, and they're really beneficial to the world and for people. But what I was saying is, nobody is like really telling people about all the other job possibilities out in the world, especially something like working for Longwood Gardens. There are like botanists, landscapers, what else? What's the ones that do arborists? The ones who cut your trees and stuff like that. Arborists. There are tons of job positions at Longwood Gardens, and they pay good money, y'all. Y'all think that being a botanist or a landscaper or a gardener or something like that, it don't pay? No. I'm here to tell y'all. Excuse me. It pays good money. And if you work for a prestigious company and organization like Longwood Gardens, you could be working there for years and be making good money and learning and connecting with people and traveling. And I'm just like, just imagine. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But just imagine if they like created job opportunities and internships in colleges and schools in the inner city and open up people's minds and their possibilities of what kind of jobs that they can get, making good money. I mean, and trust me, it's nothing like sitting out outdoors, sitting out in nature, and that be a job. It's nothing like sitting amongst trees and flowers and plants, and that's your office. Instead of sitting in the actual office space, feeling confined in the actual office, your office could be outdoors. You know what I mean? And working with a bunch of like-minded people. But I just feel like, you know, we are missing out on opportunities like that by not knowing about jobs like botanists and landscapers and gardeners and arborists to go work at places like Longwood, making good money and work in a stress-free job like that. Trust me, if I had a knew about a place like that, I definitely would have spent some time learning about that and trying to see if I can get into a job like that. But excuse me, y'all. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, start introducing your kids to different job possibilities and options because they're out there and you never know. You know what I mean? Your son or daughter, them, you know, they might want to do something like that and be very lucrative and successful at it. You know what I mean? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to back up and park. Ooh. Sorry, I had to put y'all down. I'm trying to park. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, like, start opening up your kids' minds to other jobs other than stuff like that. It's good money out here to be made working at a place like Longwood Gardens. I'm trying to tell you. And if I could get in there, trust me, I'm gonna try to take advantage and get in there myself. I remember one year they had like this year program that you could sign up for with them, where you just stayed on their facility. They had housing, they have a whole housing unit. You stay on their facility for a whole year, and you get hands-on experience, learning about the job, learning about the plants, learning how to provide and take care of them. And then you get hired. You know, they have a part of the job where you go abroad and you start learning the jobs abroad as well. And they help you get positioned, or they help you get hired into jobs. And it might not be with Longwood Gardens. You know what I mean? They train you at Longwood Gardens, but they help you get jobs anywhere. So you could be getting jobs in London. You could be getting jobs in Brazil, Australia, and just getting all your teachings from Longwood Gardens here in Pennsylvania. So it's possibilities out there, y'all. A lot of us just don't know about them, especially in our black and brown communities. We just don't know about a lot of stuff like this. So I encourage you to, tell anybody about stuff like this. And I encourage you to get out there to Longwood Gardens to visit. It's a beautiful place. But I am parked at the minute. I need to get on out of this car and get into the house and get me something to eat. I got myself a little smoothie. Got myself a little smoothie for my sides. Got my little smoothie on. Go in the house. Enjoy the rest of my day off from work. Watch me a little TV. Maybe watch me a little anime. Watch me a little Bleach. Or maybe I'll watch Spirited Away. I'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go in here and relax. Turn my TV on and sit with my cats. And probably edit the video later on so I can upload it for y'all to see. But hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Hope y'all appreciated the live. Hope y'all saw my live from earlier. Check back later for me to upload it. And I'm going to get on out of here. But as usual, before I jump on out of here, like always, y'all, love yourself, love one another, and let's keep growing for a better tomorrow. All right? Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see y'all on the next live. Enjoy your day.